Hello everyone, how's it going? I am the average guy 1983. Thank you very much for tuning into this video. Today's video I'm going to basically be talking to you guys about my Segway Ninebot Max G2 and its latest master control firmware update version 1.4.8. There's some benefits and disadvantages of it, and I'm going to show you guys that on the video that I'm about to show you. Let's go ahead and play the video, and at the end of the video I will let you guys know exactly what I think about everything. So let's get to it. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go ahead and take off, and I'm going to show you guys what Master Control version 1.4.8 is doing. There's some positive things and some negative things. Right now we're at 28 Celsius and we're at 100% battery life, so let's go. And we're also with sport mode and regenerative braking set to disabled. Let's do this. So what I want you guys to do here is I want you to pay close attention, if you're able to what the app says and what the speed is looking at on the app. Because one thing that I noticed with Master Control version 1.4.8 is the torque of the scooter has been significantly reduced. On top of that, there's actually a reduction in its maximum speed limit. I can't really get this scooter to go to 22 miles anymore off of the app on GPS, even though on the Segway it literally says 22 miles an hour. On the app it has done up to 21.5 to 21.7. It's never reached its max speed limit anymore, and that's kind of a bad thing. It may be a deal breaker for you. So right now I'm going to take you guys over incline number 1, and I have to get some momentum, so please forgive me for running this stoplight. But if I don't get some kind of momentum, I won't be able to do this incline. This is about 15 to 20%. And you can see how it's slowing down. One of the reasons why it's slowing down is because of the torque. The torque got reduced big time. Now again, it's still 7.8, so it's fine, but it used to be able to do 10. So there's a significant difference of about 2 miles. Now it's catching up speed. And again, this is a 15 to 20% incline. I'm going to take you guys up another little street that's about a 20 to 30% incline, or 20 to 40. It's not going to reach all the way up, but I at least want you guys to see where this is going. In order to go up this little hill, I need to have momentum. This is another one here. Ooh. Here we go. We're going 6.5 by the red car, and no, it's done. Okay, we were able to reach up to the red car. Let me go ahead and turn this off. And this is as far as we got up this incline here, and there's still a whole lot more to go. Now because the torque has been slowed down, you can't bring it up any higher than this point. And talking about regenerative braking being disabled, I want you guys to take a quick look at this. I'm going to firmly push the brake all the way down. Look, I have the brake all the way down in my hand. It's all the way literally down, and it's not 100% stopping. This is kind of dangerous. See, like this, especially with cars that don't like to stop. And if you had regenerative braking set to on, where it's either at weak or strong, you would actually have stopping power. You would. This is number 3. Here we go. Over here, here's another incline, and there we go, it stopped. So we were able to make it up to this house, and there you go. So for the person that was asking, or that was telling me that I never went through an incline, well, there you go. That solves that problem there. And again, if you have regenerative braking on at set to strong, you'll be able to have better braking when it comes to these type of hills. But at the same time, you're going to increase the risk of having overheating a lot faster than normal. So right now we're at 31 Celsius and 0.9 miles in, 6 minutes and 31 seconds into the ride. So this video is going to be a lot more shorter. I'm going to take you guys down the road where we can actually get some good momentum here. And again, because of the slower torque, it now takes longer to get to almost 22 miles an hour. And that could kind of be a danger, considering this is a commuter scooter that you can ride on the street. So see, I'm on a flat surface road and you could see that it's only doing 21 miles. It's not really going up to 22. But on the Segway, you can kind of read it down in the bottom. It says 22 miles an hour. Oh, sorry about that. I lost a little bit of control there. Go ahead and pass me up. I don't know which way you're going. You're going to make a left turn, right turn, or what's up? There you go. Okay, here we go. Oh yeah, and another thing too, like I know I mentioned in my previous videos about being as close as you can to the right. Just look out for cars, for people that are opening their car doors, so that nothing happens to you or that person's door. And be cautious of drivers around you as well. Like right now it's reaching 22. You can see that it reached 22 for a brief second. And we're still on a flat surface road, but then it slows down. If I let go of the torque though, or the acceleration, it does feel a little bit lighter, like it glides better. So that's one of the positive things of having regenerative braking disabled. So current wattage at this 21.2 miles says 833. But again, like I said earlier, Segway slowed down the torque. They reduced it, so it takes longer to reach your speed versus the previous version, which was Master Control version 1.4.4, man. Oh, and by the way, I'm 306 pounds now, so I'm a little bit lighter. You can see how it's reducing a bit. Again, this is taking really long. I have the throttle all the way down, man. Now you can't really see this that well because I'm using the super view on the GoPro, but we're going up a slight incline. I'm gonna say this is about 10%. So you can see the Segway slowing down to 17 and 18 miles an hour. The real fun with this is when you're going down a hill. you can actually let go of the throttle, and because you have chosen to disable the regenerative braking, now the scooter can go more faster than 22 miles an hour. Like right here, I let go of the throttle, put the throttle back on, and right now we're 2.7 miles in. We're at 34 Celsius. So we're gonna see if it randomly overheats at 35 or 40 Celsius. If it gets to 50 Celsius like last time, that's respectable. I know I'm a little bit lighter, but I'm still a heavier person. So that information, you know, when it comes to your speed and the range that you get on the scooter really depends on your weight and the weather. If it's a hotter day, obviously you're going to have more of a overheating issue, or you'll reach that 50 Celsius a lot faster. But again, this right here, it's a flat surface road, and you can see when it peaks at 22 miles and when it slows down. It's weird. I don't get it. It's not consistent anymore like before. So we're at 35 Celsius now, 3 miles in, 13 minutes and 11 seconds, 89% battery life. And I'll go ahead and make the video as short as possible so I can get to the main points. Now again, I still have my complaint about the drum. The drum brake sucks. I don't like the drum brake at all. For this kind of scooter, man, at this price point, especially if you're gonna pay $1,000, it should come with a disc brake, or at least double drums, or one disc brake and one drum, like the InMotion Climber. I wouldn't mind trying out that scooter. The InMotion Climber sounds like a pretty cool alternative to the Segway Max G2, especially after this reduction in speed and torque. It's not as great. Alrighty, I'm going to turn over here on this road, and I'm going to go ahead and cut the video clip here and take you guys through a couple of inclines where I took you guys before, and see how this scooter does, see how far it can take me. So we'll be back. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we are at 6.8 miles in, and we're at 40 Celsius. 29 minutes in on riding so far, and our wattage here shows about roughly 318 or so watts at the current mileage that you see. The weird part is that on the Segway app, it shows under 22 miles an hour for the speed limit, and on the Segway itself it shows 22. And I definitely do feel a slowdown in the torque. It's not as strong. So right now we're looking at a peak of about 500, 560-ish. It just keeps fluctuating on the watts for the motor. Before the firmware update for the control version 1.4.8, I was actually seeing peaks of about 1,030 something watts. So it does kind of suck to see that they slowed down the torque, so now it takes longer to reach its speed. Now you really have to kick the scooter more in order for it to start taking off. Like, look at right now. It's a great example. And we're at 41 Celsius right now, and we're barely halfway through the point where I took you guys last time. But then we did go up those inclines, so that could take a little bit of you know, temperature reading. Also, I tried talking to Segway about turning the Celsius into Fahrenheit, and one person said they can do it. 2 people by email said no, that it can't be done. As to why, I don't know, but it can't be done. So that kind of sucks, because I have to calculate that Celsius to Fahrenheit. So I know that when I reach 50 Celsius, that's about 122 degrees Fahrenheit. And that is, technically speaking, pretty hot. Now, even if this thing was to give me that high temp reading at 50 Celsius, that is still very respectable. One thing that I do like about not having the regenerative braking on where it's disabled, when you let go of the throttle, it no longer feels like something is holding you back. Now it feels like you can just glide. But now you have to be 100% dependent on your drum brake, because you won't have any rear braking. So you could say that you're taking a sacrifice. You're sacrificing better stopping by having the drum brake and regenerative braking on for the rear motor versus it off and depending 100% on the drum in the front, which isn't great. The drum sucks when it comes to stopping. Like, it slows you down, but it doesn't make a complete stop, man, going down a hill. So it does feel like there's like some kind of a cap of like 21.5, 21.7 miles per hour, even though on the Segway you might be able to see it from here. It tells you that it's doing 22 miles, but it's not. So if you're not using the app and you're not using any kind of GPS for your scooter, you don't even know that you're actually going 21 miles an hour and not 22 miles an hour. Like, that sucks. So again, let me rephrase that. If you don't have the Segway app on your phone with the phone holder or some kind of GPS form for your scooter, the display may tell you 22 miles an hour, but you're really going 21. Like right now, I can tell you guys what the weather is. We are looking at about 78 degrees right now Fahrenheit, and on the scooter right now we're at 41 Celsius. Right now we're at 42 Celsius, 8.9 miles in, and we're almost reaching our turning point. I usually like to go to Rosemead Boulevard and Las Tunas and then turn right back around. So I'm not sure how soon I'm going to see the 50 Celsius and if it's going to stop the scooter from running. But again, I'm trying to make this as easy as possible and as short as possible in getting down to the point. Look at that, 22.7 miles. Did you guys see that? This is what you can do when you have regenerative braking off. It'll help you increase your speed, and if you're going down a hill, you can go faster without having the throttle on. This is really good. But the downfall of it, like I just said, was instead of Segway stopping at just doing the regen braking, they actually decided to slow down the damn scooter's torque. That sucks, Segway. Oh, that's a nice Evo. Why would you guys do that? Why would you slow down the torque on this scooter and reduce the speed to under 22 miles an hour? That's pretty messed up, man. All you guys had to do was just disable the regen braking, that's it, and let us test the scooters and find out what happens next. Okay, right now the scooter says 22, but the GPS says 21. It definitely feels slower, man. And I'm 306, so how is it that it felt faster when I was 312? That doesn't make any sense to me. Alright, here's a slight little incline. This is probably between 10%, maybe 15. But because I was going at full throttle, this should be pretty easy. Yeah, see it slowed down to 17. That's not as bad. Seems okay. Well, I'm glad that I'm able to take you guys on this little journey here, and I want to thank you guys for, you know, making the request of giving you guys my honest opinion on firmware for the master control version 1.4.8. The scooter did get slowed down. It's not really doing 22 on flat surfaces, and the torque is much lower, so now it takes longer to get to the 21 miles instead of before. So I mean, it's still a good scooter for what it is, but you know, if you want the full specs on this thing, like you want to enjoy it for, you know, for hills and stuff like that, this might not be it, especially with the really poorly designed drum brake. The drum brake is poor. It's dangerous trying to use this down a hill. And even when I stopped the scooter on a flat surface road, it doesn't fully stop. It slows down, but it doesn't make a full stop. Then you have to like carefully basically hop off the scooter, and then it stops. So right now we're at 44 Celsius, 10.7 miles in. Max speed has reached 23 miles per hour on the app. That is accurate. We were able to get 23. And we're 44 minutes in on this ride. From the moment I started the scooter till taking off to this point, wattage right now is about 640 on the motor. So even right now, this is a flat surface road, and now I'm doing 19.2 miles now, give or take. This is slow, but I am at 80% now. Let me get on the street where it's safe, because, you know, people don't drive safely around here.
Wait.
You wait. Damn it. Come on, Segway. Why did you guys reduce the torque? You can feel it, man. You could feel the torque is slower than before. But there are benefits to having the 1.4.8. Like I said earlier, with the regenerative braking completely off, you can glide on the scooter a whole lot better. And if you're going down a slight hill, you're gonna get more range by not having to press down on the throttle. If anything, if you push on the throttle, it'll slow you down. They make things faster for you. So there's a benefit and disadvantage, but then you have to be fully dependent on the drum brake, and the drum brake sucks. It's not safe. Right now we're still doing flat surface, and I'm at 18.7, almost 19. It just jumped. It just fluctuates the speed. We are an hour in. We're at 48 Celsius, which is why I chose to return the camera back on. And we have 35% battery life, which apparently it claims I got about 8.7 miles. So from here on out, forgive me if I don't make full stops, because I gotta make sure that I get home. Normally I respect the stop signs, but when this thing starts to die, it really does die. We're still at 49 Celsius. Now we probably could have gotten to 50 further along, but remember that I did that little incline test. Well, that was with the same literal battery and temp. Oh, see, look, now I got the warning. That little chime isn't going to stop now, because I've reached the 20% or 34% battery life now. And we are right now at 50 Celsius. You guys can kind of see it there, right? Hopefully. 50 Celsius right now. It's still going, so let's see what happens. So we're at 50 Celsius right now. But here we are, 33% battery life, 50 Celsius, no high temp warning yet. And we're at 14.8 miles. And again, remember, I went up those inclines. For the person that said that he didn't see any inclines and he was upset about it, if you're watching this video, this was for you, buddy. One thing about me is I take criticism. As long as you ain't going to bash me about my weight or about my ethnicity or my color of skin, because I'm not with that, and you're talking about facts regarding the products I'm reviewing and that I own, that I am all for you giving your criticism to me if there's something that I messed up on, because this helps me make better content for you guys. Because all I want to do in this channel is help you with information. That's what I want to do. You have any questions, feel free to ask me, because I will reply to you. And again, I apologize sincerely that I'm running stop signs. It's not like me to do, but we're at a critical state now of 28% battery. We're still at 50 Celsius, but no overheating high temps, so we'll see how far we can go. Last time that we did the video, the battery made it to 53 Celsius, where then it gave me a warning, and I got a little scared because I was trying to power down the Ninebot from the power button on the scooter, and it didn't want to turn off. It just kept giving me that beeping warning. But once I got the app to tell me, hey, you know what, battery temperature is really high at 53 Celsius, powering down, and I clicked on the OK button, the scooter turned off for me. So that was cool, but I did get a little concerned about it not wanting to power off, man. But here we are, 51 Celsius now. An hour and 6 minutes. And we're at 15.3 miles. I still got another mile to go based on the 16.2 I did last time. Last time it actually overheated right here in this street at 50 Celsius. We reached 52 Celsius so far. We have about 600 watts on the motor, 17.2 miles roughly, give or take. 15.6 miles. Let's try to see how far we can go. If I have to do the walk of shame, I at least want to do it as close as I can to my house. And again, remember what I said last time. This is still a kick scooter. It's not a Segway Ninebot GT2. It's not a Cabo Wolf King GTR or the really freaking incredible InMotion RS. Where it depends 100% on motor power. So again, we're at 23% battery and we're at 52 Celsius. Last time we got the overheating at 53 Celsius. So again, that beep is not going to stop. Man, this is scary driving this slow next to cars. It's like I mentioned before, a lot of these cars aren't careful. Okay, now we're at 53 Celsius. I have a red logo on the battery letting me know that I'm at 19%. I'm going about 16 to 17 miles. And we're 16.1 miles in. We're doing good so far, man. And remember, I'm now 306 pounds. So last time I was 312. I could let this glide. Look, I let go of the throttle. Look at that. With the regenerative braking off. This is cool, man. Now I can go ahead and push the throttle again. Oh man. Here we go. 17 miles now because we're going up just a tiny bit, nothing huge, probably 5%. And then we'll start hitting down again. As soon as we hit down, I can let go of the throttle and get some speed. Right around here. Letting go of the throttle. And look, the speed's going up. We're at 20 without pushing anything. And it's gliding so nicely. 22. Dude, this is dope, man. I'm loving this. Apologies, but I got 16% battery life to go. 54 Celsius, guys. 54 Celsius, and we're still going, man. Dude, that's freaking awesome. $16.9 miles in so far, and we're at 14% battery life, but 54 Celsius, and the scooter is still running. Again, I am 6 pounds lighter now, so from the last test, 306 pounds versus 312 from last time. So even if I had to do the walk of shame from here on out, this isn't that far from my house. 17.1 miles in, but the scooter did get slower, and now we're at 17.6. 450 something watts going to the motor. Before, with the regenerative braking set to weak, you still felt that tension of the scooter pulling itself backwards instead of letting you speed up going down a hill. And on top of that, every time you would let go of the throttle, the temperature would go up higher. This is pretty awesome, man. If I make it to my spot, that is incredible. Dude, that is dope. I am almost at the spot where I started the video, and I'm at 54 Celsius, 17.4 miles in, an hour and 14 minutes. Now this scooter did get significantly slower. Now it's taking longer to reach its speed. But this has to do with the reduction in torque as well, not just the battery life. We're now at 10% battery. Even if it was to give up right here, that's still impressive. Right now it's already at 11.6, so it's kind of going on limp mode. Here we go. Man, that is dope. Alright, man. This is awesome. Alright, guys. So we made it to 54 Celsius. I hope you guys can see that. I'm going to take a screenshot right now and let you guys see that. 17.6 miles in, an hour and 15 minutes with 9% battery, only 2.2 miles left, 54 Celsius, and the scooter hasn't shut off. Now let's see if it'll turn off on me on the app. Right now we're 158 miles in, still version 1.4.8, and I'm gonna go ahead and yeah, see, there we go. Battery temperature is too high. Click yes, and let's try to power it down. There we go. That is wonderful. That is freaking great, man. All right, let me go ahead and walk the scooter home, and we'll go ahead and talk about the last parts of the scooter, and we'll determine what's up. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, so we're back now, and I did want to give you guys basically my opinion on what I think about the scooter. Number one, like I mentioned before, the drum brakes really do suck, and you guys got to see for yourselves on the inclines and even on the flat surfaces when you push on the brake. And this is with me trying to adjust it as much as possible. It's the little thing that's on the brake on the bottom and the front of the wheel, it's almost touching the ground. It's like 2 inches, which is about the size of my fingers here, away from touching the ground. And I think that's really dangerous. I only have about 150 something miles in the odometer, so to see that the brakes don't work that great, that kind of sucks. But like I mentioned before, if you actually turn on regenerative braking to weak or strong, you will definitely have really good stopping power, because you'll have the motor in the back basically trying to go backwards and slow you down on the side of you, also using your handbrake. So I guess it's a give or take when it comes to that. Again, like I mentioned in the video, if you turn on regen braking, you're going to have the risk of overheating a whole lot faster. Now, seeing that we went up to 54 Celsius, that's very respectable and very good, because that's basically almost 130 degrees Fahrenheit. So that is a really freaking hot temperature for a battery. So to see that it went up to that point and the scooter could have actually kept on going until they would power off, that was amazing. The app did state that the battery was hot towards the end, and I was actually able to power down the scooter, which is great. So besides the reduction in torque, which is about 20% from what I was able to tell, and you definitely can feel it, man. You can feel the reduction in torque. Also the speed limit, the fact that it just kept going from 21.2 miles to small little spike ups of like 21.5, 21.7, 22 miles, and then back down. It was like not consistent on the speed, even on a flat surface road. That was a little bothersome, but I guess that's a sacrifice that we're going to unfortunately have to take. If you are already an owner of the Max G2 and you know you're stuck with it like I am, I guess it is what it is. But did Master Control version 1.4.8 resolve the issue of overheating? Yeah, it absolutely did. You guys got to see for yourself. We took it to 50 Celsius, where the first time it actually gave me the high temp warning. I walked with it for a little bit, and then I was able to ride it back up to 53 Celsius, and at 53 it gave me the overheating thingamajig on the previous video. This time we were able to take it up to 54 Celsius before I shut the scooter down, and I think that is very impressive. So Segway, good job on resolving the overheating issue with this firmware update, and by removing or disabling the regenerative braking. I think that helped a lot. My feedback to you though regarding the torque and the maximum speed, I really wish you would consider giving us back the 20% torque you took away, or 10% torque, whatever amount of torque you took away. Please give it back, because I can definitely feel it even as a bigger person. And to see that I lost 6 pounds and yet the scooter felt like it was taking too long to reach its maximum speed, that's kind of a, you know, bummer for me. And I do feel like we need the power, you know. So think about it as a person driving a car and you want to get to 35 miles per hour on the street, but you don't want to do it too fast because you're trying to save money on gas, right? So you're going to lightly push down on the gas pedal until you eventually reach those 35 miles per hour. It can take you about 10-15 seconds to reach that, versus flooring the hell out of the car's gas pedal and reaching 0 to 35 miles per hour in like 3 or 4 seconds. So that's exactly like how I feel the Segway Ninebot with this new update. But again, the overheating issue has officially been resolved. I haven't gotten any kind of a random overheating. When I went up those inclines, those hills, I should have already gotten one of those overheating high temps automatically, because I went through those before, and I can tell you that I would immediately get it at 31C, 35C, and it will give me the high temp warning. So to see that it was resolved, I'm very happy with that so far. So overall, look, would I still recommend this scooter? Honest truth, man, if you live around areas where there's inclines, no. I think that you should do some research and maybe consider getting that in-motion climber. Like I mentioned in the video, you're getting two 750 watt motors, but you're also getting less range because the battery is slightly smaller than the Segway's battery, and it's actually being shared with two motors. So on top of that, you also don't have any kind of shocks or suspension, so you're gonna feel everything. And then let's see what else. There's a couple of other things that I would just recommend you do research on. So if I were you, if you wanted to stick with Segway, I would just go for the P100S that can do 30 miles an hour and still has the same rider capacity of 265 pounds. I think you're going to have a much better experience. Plus you get NFC, which is really cool. You can use an NFC card instead of a password or the app, which is really convenient. So, and it has a really kick-ass display. On top of that, yeah, based on the design of the little steering wheel thing, you can't really put any mirrors, but Segway does have a handlebar extension for about 25 bucks on Amazon that you can actually get and attach it to the wheels with screws, and then you can attach mirrors like the ones that I have and a phone holder, and you're good to go. So that's a really good option. So right now, scooters I'm considering for the future after I pay this scooter off is going to be the Segway GT2 as my #1 choice, because like I said before, this isn't my first Segway product. I have two Ninebot go-karts and this scooter and my son's Zing C20 scooter. The only thing that I noticed has just been lack of support from Segway when it comes to replacement parts. For the Zing C20, there's been zero support. It's almost like my son's scooter is considered a disposable scooter. And I tried talking to Segway about that on their social media, and they keep deleting my messages that I put up. And I'm not trying to get blocked by Segway, so I just chose not to say anything anymore. But that does suck. They removed my comment about the support for replacement parts. But other than that, I am considering the GT2 as my #1 choice. Second choice in scooter is the Solar FF 2.0 Black Edition. Third place would be the Cabo Wolf King GTR, because I really like that removable battery thing. I think that's really good. One of the things that fails on most scooters is the battery after time. So being able to get a spare battery and replace it, that's really cool. Number 4, the InMotion RS. That's an incredible looking scooter. I think it looks awesome. It looks like it works great. There are some small little issues that I hope that the company resolves for the people that are buying them. It would only be a matter of time of me being able to see real people's reviews versus influencers and those who get sponsored and are ambassadors of a company. Because sometimes some of them tell you the truth, like Rider Guide, and then there's other people that are very biased, that don't want to be honest about the negative parts of a scooter. And every scooter has negative things about them. Like every company that I noticed from the scooter world is that they all have a maximum rider limit, but you never see results for those maximum rider limits. So why is it that, like, for example, Segway does the 265-pound rider at max? Why aren't there any results for a maximum 265-pound rider? Why don't we see results for that? Or, for example, InMotion with their RS, you can do a rider up to 330 pounds, but most of the people who ride the scooters and review them are between 220 and under. So how do you know that you're really going to be getting 62 miles an hour, or the range that it's expecting you to get, which is between 75 miles to 100 miles range? And it's the same thing for every other brand of scooter. So, like, I don't know, it's hard to say. So I think the best thing to do is just to watch on YouTube, go to Reddit, watch some reviews on the scooters that you're interested in, and go with that. For now, guys, I'm going to let you guys go because I have a couple of other things to take care of. But if you have any questions about the scooter, you know what to do. Comment down below and I will get back to you guys. So for now, catch you guys later, and thank you so much for watching the video. Peace for now.